Hello Internet, welcome to the channel. My name's Frankie, and in today's video we are taking a little look at the latest of the DLCs to come to Planet Zoo Console Edition, and that is the Arid Pack. We'll be looking at the Tropical Pack soon as well, but today we're just going to have a look at the animals that are included in the Arid Pack, as it is an animal pack. And to start with, we are looking at the Dama Gazelle. Now, this is a new species of gazelle. We currently have, I believe, two. I think we have the Springbok and the Thompson Gazelle, so this is a nice addition. Slightly bigger than those other two, and for a change, it's not a sandy or tan colour, but instead we have a white kind of base coat, as I would refer to it as, with some brown patches, which is really nice. It's a bit more variation for the gazelles that we have. And I also really like the texture on the horns. When I think of the Old West, as in like the cowboys and stuff in the US, I always think of these cattle skulls that have really pronounced ridges in their horns, and these guys have those kind of ridges in the horns, and I think they look lovely. I actually do quite like these animals. Normally I'm not too fussed about the antelopes and stuff, but I'm quite happy with these, and I do look forward to introducing them to an Africa themed area in the future. Next up is the addax, which is a much larger species of antelope, and these guys have some wonderful screw-like horns. I really like the twisty shape of these horns. I talk about these animals as if though they have been designed, and that's like I'm kind of marking people on their creativity. That's not it at all, is it? They are based on real animals, but I'm just happy that we have them. I quite like these guys. I think they're going to look really cool alongside some oryx and things like that, just to kind of add a bit of variety to these larger antelopes. And I think this animation of him rubbing his head on the scratching post is really cute. Now, one of the animals I was most looking forward to was the wild ass, and the reason for that is simply because I want to do a Winnie the Pooh themed thing in the future, and this is pretty close to a typical donkey. I know that we will get one when we get the barnyard pack, but we don't know when that's going to be, so this is pretty close to that if I want to do Eeyore. Okay, that is completely besides the point. I really like these guys. I like the little stripes on their legs, and I think their sound design is really nice. They've got some lovely braying sounds and stuff. There's not too much to talk about with these guys, because all the animations and stuff are very similar to the zebra, but I do really like having this second type of horse kind of thing in our zoo. I can't off the top of my head remember what the name for that is. It might be Equidae or something like that. I also really like this animation where they jump up at each other and then just rub their heads on their butt. That's like the best love story. Now, some of you may know I do have a bit of a soft spot where the rhinoceros is concerned. I absolutely love them, my favourite subspecies being the southern white rhinoceros, but these guys are awfully charming as well. The black rhinoceros with their pointed lip, and in this case, distinctively cracked skin. I really like the texturing that's gone into the skin of this animal. It just looks a lot rougher, more coarse, more like a leather. It looks a lot more worn, as if this animal has seen some stuff. I just really like the texturing that's been done on this animal, and I love the little hairs you can see around their ears as well. I'm really happy with these rhinos, but do we need a third species, or should we have a bit more variety in terms of other animals as well? That's kind of up to you. I'm quite happy personally to have 3 species of rhino, because they do actually look quite different. The Indian rhinoceros, or as I always knew it, the greater one-horned rhino, is very different to either this or the southern white rhinoceros due to its heavy set skin. It's more armor-like plating almost, and then the white rhino is much larger, at least in my head it is, than this guy. It's also got a very wide mouth, and it just behaves slightly differently, and in my opinion, it's fine to have 3 species of rhino, but let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a larger variety of animals in the game, and if so, what would you like to see? If you're aware of all the DLCs that are available, tell me what ones you would actually like to see in the future. Yeah, let's move on to the next animal. Now, easily my favourite animal from this pack is this little guy here, the porcupine. For a few reasons. One, they're just such unique animals, aren't they? You don't really come across many things that look like this. It looks like he's got a comb over with all the long quills on the top of his head that flop to one side, and then it's got this tutu on that just flares out in all directions with these lovely long quills that if you touch them, it's gonna hurt just a little bit. Also, props to the sound designers on this. The sounds of those quills moving, so nice. Don't know why I like it so much, but I'm just gonna put the volume on here for you just for a little bit, just so you can hear it. I mean, how perfect is the bristling sound of those quills? It's just adorable. I also love this animation of him and doing some foraging. I like how it's not proper digging. It's, I'm going to lay down and just kind of swat at the ground and see what turns up. That's my way of eating. Very good. Now, just before we move on to the last few animals, I would just like to ask that if you're not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. What that means is you will get my videos put in your subscription feed completely for free. So every time that I release a new video, you're going to get them, no charge to you. And what that does for me is it means the channel gets to grow. We currently have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would love for you to be one of those 1,000. Thank you for watching, and let's get back to the video. This next animal is the sand cat, and it's adorable. There's no question about that. It is so damn cute. However, I don't see myself ever really using this. It is just a bit too small, in my opinion, and is too close to just being a house cat. I mean, they are really cute, and I'm sure they are excellent hunters in the wild, but I don't really see a need for them personally in my zoos, because if it was a real world zoo, of course, and maybe if I do a conservation zoo in the future where we are focusing on animals that need help in the wild, then for definite we will consider these guys. But just for aesthetics and animals that I enjoy, this guy probably isn't going to make it into a future zoo. They are super duper cute, I'm not denying that, but I just don't really see a spot for them in my zoos personally. Let me know if you feel otherwise in the comments. If you think this guy should be in every single zoo, let me know. Should it be just as much of a staple as my tortoises are at this point? Let me know in the comments down below. The last species of megafauna to enter the zoo is the dromedary camel, and I'm really surprised by how much I like these guys. I'm always surprised actually when I see them at zoos. When I think of them, they're not the most interesting animals in the world. But then when I do see them in person, they're just so captivating and charming, and I really enjoy watching them. And these guys are no different. They've got a lovely range of animations, and they have an excellent texture to them as well. They look really realistic. I really like these animals, and I'm very happy they've been added to the game. I haven't actually used the Bactrian camels yet, so I don't know how they compare. So I will make a point of comparing them at some point. But I'm really happy with them. And just a fun fact for all of you out there, if you struggle to remember the difference between a dromedary camel and a Bactrian camel, if you take the capital letter to the beginning of each of their names and turn them on their side, then they represent the number of humps on that camel. For instance, the dromedary is a capital D, turn it on its side, that's 1 hump. Bactrian, capital B, turn that on its side, that's 2 humps. There you go. Nice little easy way of remembering the difference between the two camels. The very last animal in this pack is the desert horned viper, and I don't normally show off the exhibit animals in these videos, but I just thought I would. I think it's time that I start including them a bit more and show them a little bit more love, especially when they're this damn cute. I know it's a snake, I know it's got horns, it's meant to be scary, but look at that little face poking out of the rock. There is no way that that is not adorable. And this pack does not include any building items, but it does include the signs that we always get with our animals. And I gotta say, I love these ones. Just like with a few of the DLCs, they go for a much more illustrative style, and I really, really like them. They just look beautiful, and I think they're going to work really well when you want to make a sign for your animals or that enclosure in your zoo. And the reward statue for the Arid Pack is, of course, the dromedary camel laying down. It's about to go for a nap, and I think it's rather charming looking. I really like this one. Yeah, so another solid pack in the bag. Next up will be the tropical pack. Make sure to subscribe so you can see that. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.